I am not the right sponsor at Exp Realty for everyone. But for the right type of agent, partnering with me will change your life and it will change your income. This video is on who actually succeeds by partnering with me and naming me as a sponsor at EXP. And I want to start with those who do not succeed. If you need someone to spoon feed you and to handhold you and walk you through every single baby step of a transaction, I am not your girl. But if you are full-time and you are committed to making this work and you want to hit 20 closings a year at least and hit $200,000 GCI, let's go. This is the exact profile of the type of agent who wins by partnering with me, naming me as a sponsor at EXP. Number one, they're full-time or they're committed to being full-time in the very near future, therefore pretty much treating this as full-time. When I first got started, I was technically a part-time agent because I was still active duty Air Force, but I was treating this business as full-time. And if you've heard any of the podcasts that I've been on, I say very truthfully that I pretty much felt like I was working 2 full-time jobs because I was. So the number one trait of those that succeed by partnering with me are those that do not treat real estate sales as a hobby. You are treating this like your career. Followed by number 2, not just a career, this is your business. So you treat this like a business. You are not trying to reinvent the wheel every single time. I have the checklist for you. So for number 2 is those that can take a checklist and just apply it. We give you the blueprint. You just need to do it. If you want a predictable business that gives you predictable income, you have to follow the system. The third trait are agents that think ahead. There is a big difference in the type of agent, and I can tell by the questions that they ask whether they will succeed or not. Those that likely will not succeed are asking the question saying,
what should I do?
Those that are more apt to succeed instead ask a question of, this is my struggle. I've thought about doing A or B. Which of those would you do? Or is there a C? That's the difference in the type of thinking that the proactive agents have, which leads me to point number 4. They are solution seekers. If they have a problem, they first Google it. They try to find the answer on their own. They do the research and then they reach out to others. So they ask questions after researching. And when they reach out for help, it's clear that that agent has done and attempted to find the answer on their own, and that they've thought about, if I were to do this may occur, or if I were to do plan B, this may occur. So instead of it being, I don't know how to do this energy, it's instead, I've tried this and it led me here. How do I now overcome this obstacle? Is it doing A or B? Number 5 is probably the most important. It's that they move fast and take imperfect action. They do not overanalyze. They don't wait until the stars align in order to start taking action. They don't wait until they feel ready. They don't wait until they think that they know enough before they can take the next step. They just make the video. They put it on YouTube. They make the cold call. They book the buyer appointment. Taking action will beat sitting back and learning every single time in this business. Number 6 is if they are hungry. If you don't need to be a real estate agent, there's a very low chance that you're going to succeed, because why are you even in the business? If you have several other businesses, just focus on that. But those that need to make this work, that do not want to go back to a W-2, that in my case, I left the military and there was no going back. Those that have a high drive succeed. They execute without emotion. Instead of having feelings decide whether or not they take action that day, they let their standards do that. They let their checklists do that. They let their calendar do that. They show up when they're tired. They make the video at 11 p.m. at night. They know that business doesn't care about how you feel, and success doesn't wait for you to be motivated. Those that would not be a good fit with me at EXP are those that need permission before they can do anything. Those that overthink everything and overanalyze yourself to death. Not for me. Those, of course, that show up late to calls calls or just don't do the work that is required in order to get clients, not for me. We would not be a good fit. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show the hell up. My promise to you, if you name me as a sponsor at EXP, is that you will get every single system, checklist, script, template, everything of what I use personally in my own business. You will get that for free. You will get my social media content strategy, my boot camp, my 13 plus video series. It's a private series on YouTube to help just those in my EXP community. You're going to get my real estate Bible, my open house strategy guide, my complete buyer agent checklist, listing agent checklist, referral agent checklist, and that's just what I offer. You're going to have everything of what my sponsor, Shelby Johnson, gives you, who has way more checklists, templates, live weekly trainings, and she makes a lot more than I do. You're going to have everything of what her sponsor, Ruben Garcia, gives you, who has even more weekly trainings live, who has an entire playbook for everything, and he definitely sees who shows up, who actually does the work. Let me pour into them, and who says that they're going to do something and doesn't, on to the next, on to those that actually put the work in. He also makes a ton of money as a real estate agent. His sponsor, Micah Mruwat, is the ultimate GOAT. She's a senior partner with Exp Realty. She was actually agent number 333 out of the almost 90,000 agents that are in Exp now. She gives all of her resources away for free. So by naming me as a sponsor at EXP, you get access to everyone. And I mean actual access. I don't mean you are 1 in a million on a weekly Zoom call. I mean, you have their phone number and you can call them. You can say,
Shelby, I'm having an issue with this. Can I schedule some time on your calendar? Can you send me your link? Ruben, I have an issue with this. I want to learn how to generate more leads doing this strategy.
Schedule a call with him. You have access to us. And with that, you're going to get our tough love and our mentorship. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what will work. I left the military where I was making $120,000 as a major. I was there for 10 years. I only needed 10 more years before I could retire and have the pension. But I didn't want to stay in because I was tired of deploying. I didn't want to spend another 3 years out of the remaining 10 deployed. I joined this community at EXP. I got all the checklists and I implemented it. And in my first year, I made the same amount of money as I was making as a full-time active duty major in the Air Force. It took me 10 years to make that amount of money that I made in 1 year, and my first year as a part-time agent at EXP. Year number 2, I made $200,000. Year number 3, I'm on track to make $300K. I'm not telling you that I can help you make $200K and pulling that number out of my butt. I know that I can help you because I personally use the same systems myself. And now I have a community of 85 agents and growing. I've given them the exact systems that I use, and I'm helping them scale their business. And I will help you do the same. When you name me as a sponsor at EXP, I treat it like a contract. I give you everything of what I have promised you. You're going to start with the private onboarding series, the 13 video series, and implement it. Once you're done implementing that onboarding series, that's when we can start meeting one-on-one and do a deep dive into your business. My goal is to help you increase your business, and therefore for you to then bring on someone else and help increase their business, and we just continue paying it forward. So if you're listening to this and everything of what I said is lighting a fire in your butt, that's called alignment. That means that we should be working together. If you feel called out, that's not hate. That's your higher self telling you that you need to step the hell up. So my ask is, if you are in alignment with me, name me as a sponsor at Exp Realty. The link is in the description below. My full name is Alexandra Garced. You're going to need that. And we will get to working your dream business, one that pays you well and doesn't drain your soul. If this channel has helped you at all, if these questions have helped you at all, or if there are other questions, drop it in the comments below. See ya.